Right on. Sorry. I had an alarm go off on my phone and it completely threw me off. I don't know when that happens, if the video still captures sound or not. So, part two. Welcome to part two. We need to dig another hole. All right. So this one, and I'm not even certain when it stopped, and so I'm sorry. But this one is set in concrete now. It's plumb. It's good. So I've got this board marked here. I know you can't see that from there, but I know right where to dig because I marked it before I got started. My goodness. It is a hot one. Also went in and got a big drink of water before I started this again. Gotta have water. There's a certain point where you sweat so much that you can't drink enough water to keep up with it. That's when people get real sick. And I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard if you get that once, heat exhaustion, if that happens to you once, then I think it's more likely to happen to you over and over and over again. Don't let it happen. Definitely drink water. There was a time when I was still doing concrete where I was jackhammering this front step. It was like kind of a landing with two steps at a school. And like the building kind of wrapped around, like the opening was, and I know you can't see the whole tarp, but it was like the size of this tarp, right? And it was just, the opening was wide enough for the doors to swing open, but the building came out. So once you got back in there, jackhammering, there was zero air, no air. Oh my goodness. And I may have had a bit of a heat thing in that moment. Whew. Definitely don't want to do that again. You know, the thing too about that is it's not just bad in the moment. Like I said, you can't drink enough water to catch up with it. Even like that night I came home, I drank as much water as I could, took care, stayed inside, stayed cool, make sure I didn't sweat anymore. And I remember laying in bed all night having leg cramps and cramps all over my body just because I was dehydrated. Still, it's hard to catch up when you get too hot. It's hard to come back from it. So just be careful. Being smart is better than being tough. Promise you. I've seen both. I've seen both. I was told, this is the thing, when that happened, actually my boss didn't say a word to me. He didn't say anything to me, but he did talk some trash about me to the other people I worked with, which I thought was, listen, par for the course. But said it's mind over matter. I thought, okay, yeah, you're right. I just wasn't mentally tough enough, I guess. That's the way that goes. I mean, you listen. You hear that stuff from people. Everybody's got a different level of fitness, whatever, I don't know. That guy's probably a lot stronger than me. I can agree with that, but I think that if it was just a mind thing, I got hot long before I stopped working. How do you explain that? Whatever. All right, this one's ready for a post. I can almost guarantee it. And the reason I say that is because that pile's as big as that one, or it's real close. All right, so yeah, I think I'm good there too. So I'm gonna set this post and I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about as far as tying all this together. Again, this one's in concrete. I put a piece of wood behind it. I screwed that down, screwed this board to it, so this can't go anywhere. So I don't know how long I'll leave that there. Not forever, for sure, but for a while, till that concrete gets hard. I know that post isn't gonna move. Don't need a dog walking out here and getting curious and knocking it over. Margot would knock that thing right over. Okay. Oh. So here's my other old post. And this one, you know what? The other one was bent a little bit, and I think this one is too. It's all right. It's still going to be just fine. All right, that's where I want to be. Approximately. I just wonder if it's leaning too far. Woo, that's right on the money that way. I do want to. Oh, I did want to do that. Now I feel a lot better about that because the thing, man, this thing is bent and twisted. That's perfect. So, here's what I'm going to do. You think that'll hold it for a second? Maybe. Oh! Alright, so, here's what you want to do. Because that alarm went off right when I was doing this on the last post. So, hey! Here's what you want to do. Let me just check something real quick before I do this because I've got this post marked. Yeah, it's gonna be just fine. Yeah. All right, so let that fall down in there, and then here's what you want to do. I'm gonna keep that on the mark. And I'm not going to let all of this go in at once because I want to put some water on it. Just spread that water out through it. Once you get it all the way in there, it's hard to make sure you're getting the bottom of that concrete wet. And like I said, I don't know if this was in the other video or this one, but or this one, I know it's in this one. There's water in the ground already. So, you're gonna get some of that. And then also, there's water that's gonna run into this if it rains, right? Unless I cover it all up with dirt, which is maybe exactly what I'm gonna do. Because I don't know what else to do with this dirt. So that's probably too much water, but it's all good. It'll still get hard. And that makes it easier on me, to be honest with you. All right, so there, and that should be good. And that should be good right there. So I'm going to just do this real quick, just because I got it right here. I'm going to use this crowbar. Try to get that down. See, now I know you can't see that from where you are, but seeing what I see, I did not put too much water in there. I just want to get that so it's good. Now, all that I missed. All right. Get mixed up a little bit in there. And if you tamp it like this, or I don't know what you would call that, what I'm doing actually. I don't know if tamp is the right word or not, but it'll tighten all that up down in there. All right, I'm good with that. I'm happy with that. And check this again. I hope it's good this way because that can't go anywhere else. That's perfect. And that's perfect. All right, so I'm just gonna leave that right where it is. And I'll show you. Can you see the corner of that? Yeah, you can see the other corner where the dogs chewed it up. Thanks, dogs. Thanks a lot. It was real easy to make. You saw that too, maybe. Oh my goodness, that was wild. All right, so remember I told you I got a bunch of these blocks, just scrap wood. I'm gonna use them right here so I can hold this in place. And this, I mean, look, this isn't structural. It's gonna come back off, but it's gonna help it stay where it is right now. And that's what I want. So, get these started. Cheating right now. I'm getting them started before. I'm just going to double check this real quick because can't really change it later. Yeah, it's still good. Can you see how bad that post is twisted? It'll be all right. It sucks, but it's all right. I bet you when this is all done, you won't be able to tell because I'm going to cut it off, you know, wherever I cut it off. I think it's twisted more at the top than it is anywhere else, but jeez, wow, it's pretty bad. Okay, 2 more holes. 2 more holes, 2 more bags of concrete, and posts. And then, I mean, then I can start putting this deck back together. I really can. There's no reason not to. And I probably will. And then I'll do those over there. This will be essentially done. And I'll just have to drill the holes and put the pipes through it, and that's it. And then I've got it. I've got it. And that's amazing, isn't it? Let's dig these holes. Where's my... I got too much stuff out, is what I got. All right, so these are offset a little bit. These posts are going to be offset. And what happens is the pipes are going to get more narrow as they come forward because I don't know exactly the width that I want them to be, and I don't want to put myself in a position where I do all this work and can't use them at all. So we'll see how this goes, but I think somewhere in here I will have something that works. Boom. I think it'll be all right. I wonder how skinny I can dig this one. Doesn't matter. I still want to fill it with concrete. Want to get enough. So there's, you know, on these, daggone, I don't know if you can see down in there or not, but on this side there's 4 inches. That side there's 3. Over there you probably got 3 inches on either side. 4 in the front. Here there's probably 6 inches in the front. Oh. you definitely want to get, I think, you'll be safe if you do this. 1 bag of concrete, I think, dear God, I just hit the deck with the, don't listen to me. Maybe that's a sign. Maybe I'm wrong. 1 bag of concrete is what I'm doing. Just takes a little bit of grease from the old elbows. See, if I had an auger, I'd be done right now. I would. I would be done with this project. It's all right. I guess the other thing to think about is, thought for a second that was a cable of some sort, but it's definitely not. When would I use it again? Well, I say that. I've used these 100 different times. I don't know how many holes I've dug in this yard with these things, but I'd say close to 100. That might not be exaggerating at all. I kind of tried to, and then I realized, you know what, that's probably actually right. Lots of holes. But this right here, this is easy. Easy digging. Let's see where we're at. I'm gonna clear just a little bit more out of that one. And then it's gonna be good. Yeah, this right here, the person that lived here before us actually had a deck right here too. So there's been nothing here, as far as I know, ever, other than that guy's deck. And it was awesome, I loved it, but decks get old, they fall apart. They all do. I don't know, there's like the, what's it called? I don't even know what it's called, but it's that real expensive deck. Whew. It's like plastic. It's never supposed to get hot. It's never supposed to shrink or... Yeah, I don't know. I guess the other thing is because I've done concrete work and I know how long concrete lasts, if I was going to do this over, I would do concrete. Or concrete pavers. Those are cool too, I think. But the problem with those is that in between them, you get weeds that come up. Kind of like I have on my deck, because I was a dummy and pressed my boards up right next to each other. That was so silly. So dumb and inconsiderate of myself to myself. That's exactly what it was. All right, so I got a mark here. That. Let's see, let's get this close first. It's real close. All right, that's perfect right there, except it's not perfect this way. So, all right, let's see what that did. You see what's happening now? I mean, you can see it. It's coming into it a little bit, right? I need to go way that way. All right, that's good that way. Wow. And now, on its mark, okay, now it's good that way. And it's good that way. So I'm gonna try the same thing as I did that other time. See if that'll hold it. Didn't at all. Whatever. Can't win them all. This bag is taped shut. And look at that, I made it. I thought there was gonna be no chance that I would get that bag home without spilling all of it. Actually didn't spill any of it, thank God. Okay, so I want to be there, there. That's good that way. That's good that way. It's on my mark. Let her run. Let her eat. All right. So I got a mark here, so that makes that easy. I better get these out of the way. About got those buried in concrete. Not all of it. See, just enough to hold it up. Now I'm gonna get some water in there. Whew. You notice how there's no air moving? No air, no air. Can't have music on YouTube as far as I know. There's probably some you can have. I don't know what it is though. So I'll just make my own. All right, rest of it, put it in there. We're just trucking now, aren't we? Let me do this first. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but it's just bubbling. Bubbling down in there. Okay. A lot of people, I've seen a lot of people when they're doing that, they got their level in their hand, so they just use their level to kind of smash it down. I wouldn't do that. Levels are expensive, and they're kind of fragile. I mean, not terribly fragile, but you probably don't want to be using them as like a concrete compacting tool. If I'm being honest with you, whatever. Do your thing, it's your level. Wild and crazy. We got one more post to set right here. And then yeah, I think I'm gonna start putting that deck back together. Because why not? Let's do it. Oh, this one says, not so fast, friend. Oh. Found a root. It's all right. We'll get through it. So, just so you know, it's Saturday right now. And I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get all these set, put the deck back together however I decide to do it. Get those two set. Same, put the deck back however I decide to do it. And then I'm at a standstill because I don't have a drill bit to get through these posts so I can set my pipes where I want them. So, I'm gonna go to Home Depot and I'm gonna get a bit and I'm gonna get, I've gotta get this thing called a TP-Link, I think. So I'm gonna run an Ethernet cable under my house. It's gonna come up in this corner and then probably, maybe go on top of that fence so the dogs don't mess with it. And it's gonna be internet. So I run it and then it goes back and it plugs into my modem. But before it plugs into my modem, it needs to be powered. So you have to buy this TP-Link thing. I think, you know what? Just make it all work in one. Can we do that? Make it all work in one, because now I gotta buy the TP thing. that I plug in and then get another teeny tiny Ethernet cable to go from that into the modem. Really? Whatever. I'm not a tech guy. I'm sure there's a good reason, but I will just say, as an outsider looking in, that one makes 0 sense to me. 0 cents. Just an outsider looking in, though. It's none of my business, I guess. Maybe I should just remember that, keep my mouth shut. I'll just stand over here and keep digging holes. How's that? I'll let the internet people deal with the internet. I clearly don't know how to make it work. Oh, yes. Yesterday, too, by the way, got all the cars moved. All of them. And it was actually awesome. It was a mess. It was a mess. But it's perfect now. Like, it is perfect. Which is pretty satisfying. It's not the used ones, it's the new ones that we had to get all organized. And my goodness, pretty awesome. I'll tell you what, some people get really bummed out with that kind of work. Not me. I love it. And I think it's all relative, right? It's all relative. If that's the only thing that anybody's ever done is park cars, that's a big job. That's a big job to rearrange an entire new lot. That's a lot of cars. I don't know how many there are, but a lot. And so if that's all you've ever done, that's a big job. But for me, I swear, there's not a day that goes by where I don't, because I drive right by where I used to work doing concrete on my way to my job that I have now. And I've had this job for like 3 years, at least with the same company I've worked there. And I'm not kidding you, not a single day has gone by where I haven't driven past that shop and thought, I am so happy that I'm not doing that anymore. And listen, it's man's work. I mean, it's tough. And so more than anything, I think I'm too old. I'm not quite 50, but I'm almost 50. And things in my body hurt that shouldn't hurt, you know what I mean? It's not like my back hurts. It's not like, I don't know, my fingers hurt. Like, it feels like the bones in my finger are all broken when I do that kind of work. They're just worn out. They're just completely worn out from trying to keep up for so long. Oh, I swear, I am happy to be done with that. And some of those guys that are still doing it, they're gone. Like the owner of it, my brother-in-law, he's older than me. And the cool thing about him, and the amazing thing, is that he works harder than anybody. And honestly, that's why he's as successful as he is. He's got good help too, but when you see your boss get out there and work harder than everybody else, that makes you kind of recognize, okay, we're here to get stuff done. We're not here to mess around. Let's dig in and do it. But I don't know. Like, he for sure is definitely tougher than I am. Also, it's his company. I don't know. When he's done, when he decides that he's done, he'll be done with everything. He doesn't have to work another day in his life. He's worked really hard. He's really successful. He's earned every bit of it. So, I might have just dug too deep. No, I didn't. That'll be all right, though. We'll just call it perfect. How's that sound? All right, so that's the line I want to get. You know what's funny too is so these boards that I'm using, these 4x4s, are pressure treated, right? So they're full of liquid. I mean, they're not wet to the touch. Sometimes they are when you pull them off the stack at whatever lumberyard you go to. They are wet. These are dry to the touch, but if you pick up one of these old ones, it's been sitting out in the yard for 10 years, maybe longer, out in the sun and the weather and drying out, it weighs half as much as this. Anyway, know that when you go to get a bunch of treated wood, it's going to be heavy. Don't let it stress you out. It's the way it's supposed to be. All right, so let's get it close. Daggone, that's perfect. And that's perfect too. Think about that. How's it going now? How you like me now? All right, I'm gonna try this again, and I'm gonna try to not bury it. Whatever, this is just for 30 seconds. Hold it, just hold it. Not even 30 seconds, 5 seconds. You're still not gonna hold it. It's all right, it's marked. Oh, all right, so. I keep kind of putting these bags of concrete in different places. That's gonna be perfect. See, daggone it, now I gotta check it. I think it's still perfect, but once again, now it's perfect. That is also, we're gonna call it perfect. Now it's perfect because it's on my mark. Perfect. All right. So more than anything, I just got to watch this mark right here. It's a little different. This is definitely not the place I want the bag of concrete. That didn't work. All right, so I got half of it in there, maybe just a little bit more. It's not going to move now. Oh my. Well, I marked it. It was good. It should still be good. Looks a little weird right now looking at it with posts in the ground. All right. Okay, so I think you know what I'm going to do. I am going to put this dirt right back in here. Looks like it could rain any second. We'll see what happens. Tell you what I'm going to do though. I'm going to run up real quick and grab a shovel so I can scoop all this back in there. Because it's fine now. I'm gonna scoop all the dirt back in there, and then I'm gonna put this deck back together, and it's gonna be solid as a rock. Let me go real quick, grab a shovel. I'll get these out of the way while I'm up there. I'll be right back. I'm gonna run. Here we go. Oh no. Okay, whoa. All right. So, what do you think? Let me just double check this real quick before I get too crazy. Yeah, very good. And that one's still good. All right, let me, real quickly, just so I can do the same thing on all of them. I'll know it's done. This is good. This is probably going to be a little bit laughable, and I'm not kidding, to all those of you who actually have a really, really strong, good setup. This one's going to be my version. How's that sound? I'm sure yours is better. And cooler. All right, so I'm throwing this dirt right back in here. There's plenty of room for it. I'm not necessarily trying to fill those holes up, but if I do, I don't care. I think what I'm more worried about is I want this tarp back, because if it does rain, I want to just cover that concrete with the tarp. I don't want to take it all the way back up there. Oh, don't do that. Okay. I think this should, in theory, this should work pretty well. All right, not exactly what I hoped for, but better than could have been. Let me just get a board. Push it all the way that way. So, still on the mark, still good. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Okay, so I think I'm going to be fine. I just want to make sure I can put my little cheater pieces back in, so I can put those boards back on. I think I'm going to be just fine. All right, so now, same thing here. Hot one. That's gonna work. Let me get this again. Okay, so gotta make sure board can fit right there, which that one will. I gotta make sure a board can fit right down in here, so I can tie this all together. And you know what? It's not going to be perfect. It will help with the bounciness of the deck, though. I mean, believe it or not, it will. And then, just get that out of the way. Go on out of there. This is gonna be really, really nice. I'm gonna have a dip station. Dip station. Is that how you say it in French? Probably not. All right. I'm low enough everywhere there. Oh. And I'm low enough everywhere there for what I want to do. So, I just got to clean this little lip off so I know where to put my other board. Like I said, I'm just going to put one up right here. Just right at the same height as that other joist. Then I got something to screw my boards to. I need to put one here, 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 and there. So, I'm going to do that right now. Just trying to do this in the most awkward way possible, I guess, is what I'm really trying to do. All right, now, because these boards are going to be long enough for me to not, there we go, right there, that's what I need. I'm going to do this, slide that back in there, and this one right there. Heck yeah. All right, I need some screws. Those are over here. It's all coming together. Is this even recording still? Let's see. Yeah, it's still running. All right. So, get some screws. We'll go up to the bottom. Make sure it's tight on both sides. I'm going to just put 4 in there. That should do it. Make sure I'm up to the bottom there. All right. This is all going to make sense here in a second. Okay, now screw those in. Nope. Wasn't tight over there. Now it is. Yeah. Yep. Stripper. That's what you call that. Stripper. Oh, goodness. All right, keep trucking. All right, one more here, and then we got one more board. You guys excited about this? Because I am. I really am. I've been thinking about this for way longer than probably any rational person would. And I think this is gonna work. Stripper! Oh, goodness. Woo. Strip it. All right, one more. So, I think what I can do now to make this just a little bit easier on myself is watch this, dear God. Guess what I've got right here? Oh yeah. Okay, so here we go. Left. 1, 2, 3. Remember how I made these? So one is actually here. Looks right. 2, right there. Ooh. This one goes this way. Oh my! It's like I thought ahead for once. Made it easy on myself. Okay, might as well lay these out too then, right? I need, yeah, let's go. Oh yes, and you know what? Before I screw these down, I'm going to run a board across there, or else, and across here, or else I talked about making my deck not bounce and didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. All right, so now see what I did? I cheated. You know what I mean? I did. I cheated, but see how much easier that is? And now, and I got a place to land that's safe. What I need to do real quick though, so that one, that gone. Let's do 18, 3/8. Okay, see what we got here. This is definitely long enough. There it is. So, let's mark this. This, you know what, it doesn't have to be perfect, but there it is. I know I had a square out, so might as well use it, right? All right, I think that one goes there. And then so let me show you something too. If you're marking a board, you want to mark it instead of just putting a mark like this. See that? Where on there is the distance that you want? Is it here? Is it here? Is it somewhere in the middle? Obviously, that's not going to be a straight line. So if you're marking something for somebody else to cut, the best way to let them know for sure where you want it cut. See how I made that point? Let's see, it's right on that writing, so it's hard to see, but it's right here. That and that. 2 lines make a point. I'll do it again, I'll show you better. On one where it's not right on the writing. But then somebody can just put their square on there. They know exactly where your mark is. Is it easier to see those 2 lines now? You know, I mean, if you're doing it yourself, do it however you want. But if you're working with other people, I gotta fix this saw blade now. Well, let me cut these real quick. Just because I've already got the saw at the right depth. I think. Oh my goodness. Let me set this down because I don't want to cut any more than I have to. All right, yeah. I just need to cut this. Here we go. Remember, I popped this line over here, so I'll cut this too. Now I can move this. I've still got to cut that with that Dremel tool to get those off. Well, some of them should come right out, but anyway, let's do this. And you should all know, if it's not obvious, I'm not like a safety instructor, so please don't do things the way I do. If you think what I'm doing is dangerous, then you're probably right. I'm not trying to be crazy. I can tell you one thing. I marked that one wrong. Oh, goodness, here comes the rain. Let me cover some of this stuff up real quick. Just in case it really wants to come down. Get some weight on this sucker. So it doesn't try to blow away. Heck on it. I hope it doesn't. I can't use this piece because I did it wrong. Guess what? It's perfect for that. See? Sometimes, even when you lose, you kind of win. Look at that. They're definitely not ready, but my goodness, they're pretty sturdy, even at this point. All right, let me just double check this so I don't cut it wrong twice. All right, this one should be fine. Now, get these out, back out of the way. Oh yeah, that's what we want right there. Okay, so just gotta make sure that's down enough so it's not gonna hold my boards up, right? This is gonna help with the bounce. How many screws I want. I'm just grabbing a handful for the time being. Okay, so that looks good there. I'm going to get a couple in the middle on the post first. Okay, that one's good. So this, I got to toenail this. So get a nice angle. There we go. I'm gonna get another one in, but I'm gonna do it on the side. Heck yeah. So, this should be easy to toenail now. I don't think I need to do it on the back. Because, I mean, yeah, we got another post back here that's got concrete, but the back of the deck is right there behind it. I don't think it's gonna matter. Let's go put these back on. Put them back on. We're gonna be done with it. Heck yeah. Sink that one down. Oh my goodness, yeah. Strip it. Heck on. I'm in a hurry because I want to get as much done as I can before it rains, but it's making me behave like a crazy person. I'll tell you what, I'm really glad I numbered these because you can tell they're going back exactly how they should. And that may not mean anything to anybody, but it does to me. I'm gonna strip every one of them. Sounds like. Every single one of them. I'm gonna get this last one in and then I gotta go in and get a drink of water. And it's starting to rain. Let me get this last one in. Oh my goodness, it's hot. Well, it was starting to rain. Just enough to be confusing, I guess. All right, so that side is good. Here's what I'm gonna do. This piece goes here. This piece goes back here. I need to put a brace across the front of this. And this one will be long enough. Yeah, that'll work. I'm gonna put these back where they go, just so I know what's going on when I come back out here. Everything can get wet except for my power tools. Might as well take this in too. I'm coming right back out here when it dries up. Or I guess when it stops raining. You know what I can do? Ha! This is kind of awesome. Now, I don't want a bunch of sawdust in there. All right, I'm gonna take these inside. We will begin again here in just a little bit. 1 hour. 1 hour! Wow.